name is Pauline, entrepreneur. In Kitengela, we do the best fish in town, proprietor, Dada Foods. For me, I'm driven by passion. All along, since I was a child, I loved cooking. I wanted to cook. In fact, my heydays when I was young and cleared high school and wanted to get into a profession, I wanted to be in the hotel industry. So I ended up doing something different. I ended up doing geography and environmental studies. But the passion stuck, and that's how I am here, doing the best fish in town. I'm passionate about politics, but passionate also about food. I felt I needed something that you wake up to every day. You know, politics is seasonal. Business is full-time. I needed something that engages me full-time. And I went back to my passion, and my passion was food. And cooking the best food ever. I thought I was the best chef ever. So I thought it's about time to get into the industry and just start cooking. So I see, can I really cook for people to come and eat the food that I cook?
Pauline always believed she had a gift, a flair for flavor, a magic touch with fish, so she took a leap. For her, business wasn't about chasing money. It was about following passion, letting her love for cooking lead the way.
Well, I'll say business is not about money. Many a times people will say, I need money to start business. Business is started by passion. You first must have the passion, and you have to start from where you are. You don't have to look for funding. Start with the little that you have. Like this specific business, I started it with 200,000 shillings only, and it has grown into 2 branches. So you start with what you have, gain what you can gain, do what you can do. Like for instance, I wanted to cook fish. What did I need? I needed a pan, cooking oil, the fish itself, and somewhere I can serve. How much money do you need for that? Very little money. So any business you want to start, you start it with passion. You don't start it with money. So anytime you want to start a business and you think money, I don't advocate of that. Yes, you must have a business plan. You must budget for what you want in your business, but you start with what you have and start gaining traction. Convincing clients into a new business is one of the hardest things that one can do. Because first of all, clients want to relate with people that they know. People want to relate with people they know. People want to eat where they know. People want to eat food they know. So when you are introducing a new food in a new town, where you're also a stranger, it's very difficult. But the art of sales is knock 10 doors, 1 door opens. So you have to keep talking about yourself. You have to keep talking about what you're doing. You even have to go out to buy for people what you are cooking, for them to taste and see that actually they're tasting the difference. The start was not very easy, and I could say we were 3 employees when we started. There was me, there was my first chef, and there was a service girl. So me and the other chef, we could do the cooking and we could do the serving. Then the service girl could do the service and could also do cleaning. And when we are not, once we have served 1 or 2 clients, then all of us would go into the cleaning. So in the beginning, it's more of who is willing to be with you, because nobody wants to be with starters. People want to be with successful people. People want to work for big organizations. People want to be associated with companies or people who look like they're doing well. So at that point, when you're starting and you're starting small, nobody wants to be with you. But there will be one or two people who will want to be with you. So you work with them. So at that point in the beginning, it's not about skill. It's about who can be with you, who can help you deliver what you want to deliver. And that's where we started from. Who can be with me, we deliver what we want to deliver. But moving forward, you grow, you start to get challenges, and you realize that now you need to bring some professionalism into the business.
When you're starting out, it's quiet. No crowds, just one or two people who believe. It's not about skill. It's about who's willing to build with you. Then the business grows and you realize passion needs structure.
Every disadvantage is an advantage for someone else. Anytime you're venturing into a business, you need to look at, do I have an opportunity? And there is always an opportunity. I found myself in Kitengela, and I loved Kitengela because Kitengela is new, it's vibrant, it grows every day. So I was like, this is the place I want to be. I want to be in a space that is fast, vibrant, and growing. But then Kitengela is known for meat. Anybody going to Kitengela would be like, I want to eat the nyama choma, I want to do the mbuzi and all that. There in that, there is an opportunity. And the opportunity was, what different can someone eat in Kitengela? And I thought, what is it that I can offer the Kitengela people that is different? And that was fish. Of course, that idea was very laughable. Everybody laughed at it. Friends discouraged me. They told me, oh, you can't. How do you want to sell fish in Kitengela? Who goes to Kitengela to eat fish? This is our 7th year in business, and that can tell you. We can't be in business for 7 years and doing nothing and not profiting from it. We have grown. That fish in the beginning, it was so hard to sell it. When we started, we would sell like 2 fishes a day, or even 1 fish a day. And slowly we grew and grew and grew. Now we are moving volumes of almost 100 fishes a day in the Kitengela that people come to eat meat. So there is always an opportunity. And when you look into your environment, when you look at the things that are missing in your environment, you will always find an opportunity that you can profit from. You can always find an opportunity that you can turn into gold. And for me, it was one of the hardest things to do, but I turned fish to be a delicacy that is eaten in Kitengela, and people come from different places to eat fish in Kitengela. It will surprise you, there are people who come from Kisumu to eat the fish in Kitengela. I guess it's also how the fish is cooked. Fish is a very delicate delicacy, and not very many people want to venture into it because fresh fish tastes better than fish that is not fresh. And to keep the freshness of fish is harder than keeping the freshness of meat. You know, meat you can hang in the butchery even for 2-3 days. You don't store it, it will still be okay, but fish has to be frozen. So we've learned the art of keeping our fish fresh. First of all, we have different suppliers. We have cage farmers, we have Uganda suppliers, we have Kenyan suppliers with different channels of fish travel. First, we are supplied on a daily basis because we want our fish fresh. We don't keep fish for more than 3 days. Our fish that comes is stored and stored for only 2 or 3 days max. But we order daily so that we keep the freshness, so that we can't keep fish for more than 3 days.
Fresh fish every single day. That's her promise. The fridges help, sure, but it's the consistency that keeps people coming back. She doesn't just cook fish, she cooks everything, and she cooks it well. In business, you've got to stand for something. Pauline, she stands for flavor, freshness, and fire.
Our suppliers, they have devised their ways of supplying the fish. So they supply the fish in cold rooms. They have vans with cold rooms. So the fish is put in there. The fish comes direct to us. We put the fish in the freezer and we sell it. So we just take just enough or slightly more than enough for the day so that our supply is on a daily basis, and that is what has won us so many clients. But of course, we have invested in freezers and fridges to keep the fish, so the fish is fresh and nice to eat. In business, you must be known for something. My inspiration or my passion is to cook, and not only cook fish, cook almost everything. We cook fish, we have beef, we have chicken broiler, we have chicken kienyeji, we have beef wet fry, beef dry fry, chicken dry, chicken wet, biryani, chicken tikka, all those things we have them. But what do people know you for? People must know you for something. Because when you're just a restaurant, then you're just a restaurant. People need to know one thing that drives them to you. From there, they'll be able to discover the other foods that you have. Well, before I ventured into this business, I was really in politics. At some point, I even contested for a parliamentary seat in Makadara constituency. And then I was called Dada. And my slogan was Pigia Dada. My slogan was purely Pigia Dada because I was a youth and a female youth. So how were people going to differentiate who this candidate is? I needed a very good differentiation, and that is how I acquired the name Dada. When I moved into this business, then I thought, which other name could be better? It was just that same name that people know me for, Dada. Politics is service. Food is service. All these are related in one way or another, because in politics, you talk about your policy. It's about convincing people that you can actually deliver for them. In the food industry, you have to convince the client why they need to eat at your place. They need to see what value you can give them, the quality that you can give them. So the skills needed in politics are the same skills that are needed in running a restaurant. So yes, they're intertwined. The networks I built in politics, they're networks which I still have. There are people who are my friends. There are people who still come to eat in my restaurant. I would check them out, or when they check me out and they're like, oh, where are you? I would tell them where I am, and they'll be like, oh, interesting, we'll come and visit you. So yes, for me, I think, for me it has intertwined and it has leveraged me. I would say I serve the high and mighty in my two restaurants. I serve the high and mighty. They come and eat there. And that is a good thing, because I learned skills I learned in politics. I'm using them in my business.
Business comes with its battles: staff turnover, rising costs, tough competition, and the bills. They never miss a deadline. Growth demands more equipment, more people, sharper management. But for Pauline, the biggest win isn't just in profits, it's in the people. Watching her team grow has been the most rewarding part of the journey.
Every day is a day of dealing with challenges. One is employees. In the service industry, the turnover of employees is very high because people want money, but they don't want to work. Service industry, there is so much work. So the turnover is very high. That is one. Two, competition. People will see you, people will see what you do, and they copy you. and they always want to copy you. And you do this, they do this. So there will always be competitors who are trying to copy you. So you always have to be ahead of the pack. So that is one challenge that we face every day. Growth is also a challenge. As you grow, you have to increase your capital, you have to increase employees, you have to increase your equipment, you have to increase almost everything. So that is a daily challenge as you grow. As you also continue growing, then sales is also a challenge, because as you grow bigger, then your expenses also grow bigger, and you must meet your expenses. So that also pushes you to actually make sure that your sales keep growing gradually, because then you're growing and you are not consistent in your growth, and then you've already purchased other things, you have increased your capital, you have purchased equipment, then you will be in a challenge. You'll be in a very big challenge. So that is also another challenge that we face. Another challenge is also management. As you grow bigger, you realize that management is a very big challenge. You need to build structures, you need to build hierarchies, you need to set up serious systems of how people operate, you need to set rules and regulations. You also need to fit into the government requirements, government regulations for running a business. So those are daily challenges that every business person faces. The highlights at Dada Foods since I started this business is the transformation that has happened to my employees. Most of my employees, they come in a very vulnerable state. And I've seen them grow. I have seen them sparkle. I've seen them acquire wealth. I've seen them buying stuff they've always wanted to buy. I've seen them getting married. I've seen them getting children. And for me, that's a very big highlight. And for me, the fact that I have many employees and we feed many families, roughly, I feed almost 200 to 300 families. That makes me so proud. Those are my daily proud moments that I wake up to. Even when I wake up tired, I'm like, oh my God, I have 200-300 people to feed. I must go to work. In today's business, technology is key. First and foremost, technology will help you to run your business effectively. We use systems to run our business. Technology will help you market yourself. Technology will help you advertise yourself. It will help you get employees. It will help you to collect data that can help you plan for the next month. Data that will help you get funding. To today's businesses, you need funding. And the level that I've reached, I always need funding. And no bank will touch you if you have no records. They need to see the performance of your business for them to fund you.
In today's business world, you can't afford to ignore technology. It's how you track your numbers, tell your story, and attract funding. Data is power, and technology is the engine. Business isn't for the faint-hearted. You've got to love what you do, know your craft inside out, and be ready to work.
You're not using technology. How will you collect your information to share with a funding institution that probably would be keen to fund you? So data is key, and technology is key. There is no way you can escape technology in today's world and in today's business. Business is good, but you must be ready to roll up your sleeve and work. It is work. Forget employment. Business is work. You must work. So if you're not prepared to work, don't get into business. Secondly, you must be passionate about the business that you want to do. If If you're not passionate about food, you don't know how to cook, don't get into that business. Get into a business that you understand. Get into a business of your passion, what you know how to do. You must know your art so well that nobody teaches you your art. Nobody teaches me my art. I know what I want. I know how I want that food cooked, and it must be cooked to my specification, not any other person's specification. And that's what grows the business. So if you're not passionate about something, don't do that business. Just get into employment. The successful people of the world today are entrepreneurs and inventors. So all young people out here, if you want to make money, start your business or invent something. Invent a solution or start a business. And those things don't require money. Those things require your brain. Use your brain and start where you are. You will be successful. That I can tell you for free. You don't need money. Once you have an idea, that idea can be funded. So have your idea, know what you want to do, invent or do the business. That's what I can advise young people out here.